Stand up for my brother Ice Cube. They dogging him out. Somebody told me Don Lemon came at Ice Cube. Roland Martin came at Ice Cube. I'm hearing that all these is coming at Ice Cube just because he has a plan that he wants to articulate to the current president of the United States. Joe Biden is not guaranteed to be the next president. There's nothing wrong with Ice Cube sitting down with the current chief executive officer of these United States and articulating his vision for what needs to be done for black people. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with Ice Cube articulating his agenda for black America to the only person in America who has the power to actually implement the vision? Who decided that black America was the permanent field niggas to the Democratic Party? Can somebody tell me when was that decision made? When was the vote taken to declare black America the permanent field niggas of the Democratic Party? Can somebody please tell me when we had a vote? Can somebody tell me when did we have a convention in black America where we voted to declare ourselves the permanent field niggas of the Democratic Party? Who told the Democratic Party that they own black people? Who told the Democratic Party that they own black people? Last time I checked, a white man is a white man, whether he wears a red tie or a blue tie. The last time I checked, a white man is a white man, whether he wears a red, blue, or a red tie or a blue tie. Last time I checked, a white man is a white man, whether he goes to the Democratic National Convention or the Republican National Convention. Last time I checked, the white man is a white man. So whether you choose white man A or white man B, whether you choose the 74-year-old white man or the 78-year-old white man, you're still dealing with white power. Why do we put white people in groups? Because they don't put us in groups. Why do we put white people in groups? Because they don't put us in groups. Why do we put white people in groups? Because they don't put us in groups. Ice Cube is not Candace Owens. The difference between Ice Cube and Candace Owens is Candace Owens actually co-signs the rhetoric and agenda of the Republican Party. She co-signs the conservative narrative. Ice Cube doesn't co-sign the agenda or the rhetoric of the Republican Party. He's simply having a conversation with the white power structure. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? I want to know, what has the Democratic Party done so much for black people that you have declared yourself the permanent field niggas of the Democratic Party? I need to know. Somebody help me understand, what has the Democratic Party done for black folks that has been so great that we have declared ourselves the permanent field niggas of the Democratic Party? I have a problem with that.
What's good to the tribe? It's Wanaghi. Coming to you guys today, I want to talk about everything that's been going on for real with Ice Cube, Tariq, Nasheed. But before we do that, I want to say what's up to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's living their truth and manifesting their reality and living healthier ways. So today we're gonna start off a little different. I think I want to change the avatar. So we'll stick with this avatar for today. But let's get it. So I'm looking around and I'm kind of scanning the internet, listening to all these movements, these people talk about melanated people, brown, copper color, people around the Americas. And we'll kind of talk about Ice Cube first. with me, I'm really not understanding why people get so mad at Ice Cube for going to see representatives of Trump, when your boy Kanye West went and actually sat down with him.
Great to have you. Kanye, it's great to be with you. And these are two friends of mine, and Kanye's been a friend of mine for a long time. And Jim came out of nowhere, and he said, I like what the president's.
And with him, he didn't discuss anything for real about any other melanated, copper color American out here. It's mainly for himself. Mainly for himself. Dealing with taxes, and they probably were talking about business and things like that. You see, Kanye this year got money back on taxes. But you're a billionaire, which is crazy. Like we say, the rich get rich while the poor stay in the slums. But I'm seeing all these other celebrities around, and all of them are giving their points of views and talking about Ice Cube in a negative way. Ice Cube wasn't trying to be the face of black or aboriginal or original or copper color Americans. He just wants change, which we all want change. Like I'm listening to Plies.
He's trying to get you to believe that they fighting for you, when the whole while they just fighting for them. It ain't nothing worse than that. And it happen all the time. It's nothing worse than a person who's trying to make you believe that they fighting for you, when the whole time they just fighting for them. And I'm cool with whoever just fighting for them. Just say you just fighting for you, though.
And then I'm hearing Diddy talk about what he should be doing, or everything under the sun. When the big question is, what are you doing? We all should be doing something. We all should be doing our part to help out. P. Diddy, do you actually think you have the right to tell the next man what he should be doing with all the stuff that's going on in your past?
And one other thing I'd like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing, come to Death Row.
And we try not to deal on the past as far as people, but it's just crazy to me. It's on a point where we're trying to get back a little bit of wealth for the copper color American. The Americans that were here from the beginning, from the start. We've always been here. We say this all the time. We've always been here. We've always been here. And everybody else will throw in their narratives and change it around and do whatever. Shouldn't we get what's owed to us? Shouldn't we get what's owed to us? You have Tariq Nasheed, where it's called Foundational Black Americans, which the name is a decent name. Way better than ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves. Foundational. The foundation. We built America. We've been here. We are the base to whatever America's trying to build. But one thing I don't think people are catching on to with Tariq Nasheed, and I see him throw it in a lot in his lives and when he's talking. He's telling you, be proud of who you are. Do your genealogy. Genealogy is the key.
Miami people. We're my Miami people. See, this is why you need to know who your family is, who your ancestors are, what your people, what foundational Black Americans are capable of. We're my Miami people.
You want to know who your relatives are. That's what empowers you to know that your ancestors made these accomplishments or were doing this during the time.
Real heavy stuff. So when you know your history, man, that makes you hold your head up high just out of respect for your family.
I'll kind of ask this question, right? Say today, right? They're going to give back reparations. But in order for you to get these reparations, or whatever you want to call it, you have to be able to prove it by lineage. If you're ADOS or if you're foundational Black American, you have to be able to prove it. And I want you to look in the mirror right now and tell me, are you able to prove it right now? A lot of us weren't slaves. Remember, some of the biggest slave owners were melanated people in the South. I wonder what color their slaves were. I repeat, I wonder what color their slaves were. Some of the biggest slave owners. Going back in my genealogy, I can't prove that any of my ancestors came off boats and were slaves. We have a lot of indentured servants in records. Remember, I showed my wives. I showed one of her great-great-great-grandfathers indentured servant contracts. Indentured to work on the land. Can you today, right now, prove that you're a descendant of a slave? Or can you prove that you are a real foundational Black American? An Aboriginal, an original, an American Indian. Can you prove it today? Remember, they're gonna give out the checks today. Are you gonna get your check? Are you gonna get your check? Just a question I want to ask. People ask why genealogy is so important. It's very important. Not only to know who you are as a person or what made you the way you are today, it's important just to know that your ancestors didn't come off a boat. That you've always been in the Americas and no place other. Turtle Island, the true old world. Can you prove it? And if not, you need to be trying to be able to prove it. Remember, it might be a a little clause at the bottom of that sheet that you signed for that. You might have to prove who you are and not just say it. You know how we always in the day like to generalize shit. Oh, we all black. We all melanated. When we're not. We're not all the same. We're not. This is a land of many nations. Many. And I'm seeing a lot today. I'm hearing a lot of info of stuff we put out before, which is making me very happy and proud right now. Shout out to everybody that's been putting this information out for the while, for the longest. Everybody. Regardless if you disagree or not, everybody played a part in this. And I appreciate everybody for dropping it. We all are pieces to this puzzle to make it turn into a beautiful picture for our ancestors. We're part of this. I've been hearing Tariq, Nasheed and Ice Cube and everybody else talk about the Americas. And when they talk about it, they sound so proud to talk about it. Are you proud to talk about it? Do you have a reason to be proud about it? Remember, we're doing this for our ancestors. We're doing this for 7+ generations later. That way, our descendants can stand on their own feet and with wealth. We definitely need to put an end to this wealth gap, how they say. It's time to get back on our rightful feet and in our rightful standing. And it's no more slacking. No more slacking. I heard Tariq Nasheed talk about the Great Dismal Swamp and other locations around the Americas. Which is awesome that everybody's trying to put out this information now. And I don't really want to say get on the train because he's been studying. But now he's starting to take it in a truthful direction and not leading people astray. And don't get me wrong. Some of you guys are descendants of slaves, of Africans and other nations out there. But you should want to know what you are and be able to prove it. We have all these people trying to fight for us or trying to put in a celebrity hand. Why don't you want to help yourself? So I'll ask again. Today, if you could get reparations, or if you could get back pay, I call it back rent. You owe me back rent for sitting on my land for so long. Will they be able to pay you? Can you prove it? Can you show them you are who you say you are? And not generalize and say, well, we all was here. We black, we was Negroes, we was colored, we was all here. When everybody was classified as that, with darker skin. But before I go, I wanted to say this. And I just want to say, make sure you're supporting the people that look like you. Shout out to Big Bro, Opie Mihai. Started his website, Iconic American Indian. And check out some of his stuff. And shout out to everybody out there that's actually putting their best foot forward and putting out stuff for the people. And I love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Feathers up, tribe up, wise up, rise up.
Perfect.